So welcome everyone to the team call. It's for anyone on here, whose is this the first call for you guys of the team? Is there anyone on here that this is your first call? Awesome, welcome, 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 welcome. We're very excited to have you guys. I'm Dr. Stephanie Burgos, if you don't know me, and this is my fiance, Luke, and we're kind of like the founders of Team Healthier You Project. And so we've been coaches since July of 2013. So anyway, guys, so a couple announcements that I'm going to get, get started with first, and then we'll go into the topic. Again, guys, I just want to reiterate that I really, truly value your time. And it means a lot, and it shows a lot in terms of your commitment to bettering yourself, to bettering your skill set, to bettering, to learning more so that you can really understand this business and grow your business. Today's topic is really going to be honing in a lot on mindset. And I'll go more into that when we do. But first, let me start with announcements. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just share my screen. All right. Let's see. Where am I? Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Excellent. So yeah, can you guys see you guys can see my screen. All right, so first of all, how many of you went to Super Saturday or Super Sunday this weekend? Any of you guys? Awesome. So I'm just gonna share really quickly two of the things that are coming out. I'm gonna share the video really quickly so you guys can see very exciting things that are coming out at Summit and later in the year. So the first one being Jerichos' new workout that she's going to be coming out with. So I'm going to quickly throw up that video real quick so that you guys can see that. And again, this will just be really quick 2 minutes so that you guys can see what's coming and get excited.
Jericho, yeah, it's time. I've got something for you. Can you come in?
Sure.
All right, cool. Okay, Paul.
Hey guys.
What's up, Jericho? How are you?
I'm awesome.
We've been talking about putting a project together for you for a while now. And I want it to be 20 to 30 minutes, not something that's going to take up too much of their time, but I want them to say, like, for once, I'm going to do this every morning. I want them to commit to get to 100 workouts. And the promise is that they're going to burn off a layer of fat every morning.
100 workouts, 100%.
Seeing that wall calendar and like just Xing off number 100, it's like huge. That's huge.
Now, there's something that we've never done before. So I want to have a DJ in the room with you to basically score the workout while you do it.
Oh my God.
If you want more tempo, you're asking for more tempo.
Up the tempo, a little quicker.
I got you, Jericho. You want to slow something down? You want the DJ slow it down?
On my rhythm, slow. Down, down, now press up. Drop back down. I love that. That could really work well.
And we're calling it Morning Meltdown 100. And we want the experience to be like a fitness party every morning. Can you do that?
Absolutely. Here we go. I'm so excited.
Let's get to work.
All right, so that is that. That looks absolutely, let's see what the chats are saying. I cannot wait. Yes. Oh yeah, badass miracle morning. Yeah, like Chelsea's saying, that will be an awesome miracle morning, guys. So really, really excited for that. The next announcement I have is regarding the ultimate portion fix. And I have another quick video for that again, because there were so many who didn't go to Super Saturday, Super Sunday. I just want to throw this video. Actually, what I'll do, because it's 3 minutes long and but basically I'll share this in the team page so you guys can watch, but this is another thing coming in the future is actually coming, I believe, in March. I want to say March, but we'll get more of the information to you. But basically what's going to happen in this first quarter going into like April, they are going to be let me stop the share for a second. they're going to be redoing the, I'm confused here. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Okay. They're going to be redoing the 21-day fix and the 21-day fix extreme, and they're going to be doing the videos live. So that's going to be really exciting, because after we go through Transform 20, for those of us going through Transform 20, and any other workout you're doing, we're going to have the opportunity, very similar to like how 80-day obsession was. Autumn's going to be remaking all of the workouts again. So that's going to be an awesome opportunity for us to do the 21-day fix again as a team with your customers, as well as then go into the 21-day fix extreme. If you haven't done it, it is an awesome, awesome, awesome program. That's the extreme part as well. So very excited about that. And then the ultimate portion fix, thank you, Blair, is coming out on March 4th. And so that's going to be almost, it's complimentary to kind of, you know how with 2B Mindset, there was videos explaining and teaching education and about nutrition. The ultimate portion fix is going to be also teaching nutrition, teaching how to utilize the containers, having more, just really the commitment of the company to really educate us and to really educate our customers so that they can really understand nutrition better and understand what they're putting into their body. So that's really exciting. Let's see, what else did I want to say? All right, so let me move this over here. All right, next thing I want to talk about is Team Cup. So for those of you, Team Cup is an opportunity. It's going to be from all of February. It's an opportunity for you to partner with 4 other coaches. And really the idea is for you to change as many lives that you can change. It's to get as many people on track with their goals, with one of our products, with the challenge packs, and really get, work together towards prizes. And so it's an amazing opportunity. And so what you would do is that, what I'll do is I will post a post in the team page asking who wants to participate in a Team Cup. If you're already with a Team Cup, that's great. And then if you're still looking, just make sure you comment underneath there. And then we'll be forming groups of 5. And it's, what you'll do is you'll register between January 12th and the 31st. And then the way that you earn Team Cup points is you get 1 point for every Success Club point. You get 3 points per lifetime rank advancement. So for example, if you hit diamond, or for my diamonds, if you go to 1 star, if you go to 2 star, you get 3 points for those rank advancements. And then you get 2 bonus points for each coach registered for Coach Summit. So that's really awesome as well. That's a new thing that they've added to this to this contest. And then the idea is also to motivate each other, hold each other accountable. Again, you guys can create little mini Zooms like this. You guys can come together, do power hours together. You can do little messenger pods, but the idea is to work together to really have essentially, an amazing start to the year and really have one of your best months of the year. And then what will happen is you'll have the opportunity to win prizes. And so the different prizes, so tier 1 is an individual reward. And so in order to earn this, you have to qualify for Success Club 5. And you get a cutting board, which is actually pretty nice. It looks like a bamboo kind of cutting board. So that's really nice. That's really nice. And then the second tier is, and the way it works, guys, is that if you qualify for the second tier, you get the first and the second tier. So if you qualify for the third tier, for example, you get all the prizes. So the second tier is a team. It's going to be a stylish Transform 20 thermal shirt. And to qualify for that, all 5 of the members have to qualify for Success Club 5. And then the third one is going to be a Team Beachbody pop-up shade tent, which I guess maybe you could use it like at the beach or something. And so, or like when you're going out at the park in the summer with the kids. So that's really awesome too. And so in order to do that, all 5 team members must qualify for Success Club 10. So think about who you may want to partner with, really kind of look at look at the other people in our group. Again, we'll be commenting, and just make sure, guys, that if you commit to wanting to do this, that you're actually going to commit to putting in the effort and working together as a team and doing your part in building your business and really trying to help as many people as possible. Don't just say, oh, I want to do it, and then you don't do anything. Right? And then, or you go, you go MIA, and then people can't find you, because as you can see, other people may want to do, may want to be working.
Hey, I'm gonna call. You can't be doing that now.
Uh-oh. 1 second. I
think it's probably me. I'm yelling at my kids.
Yes. Mute yourself, Hannah.
I'm sorry, I'm trying.
There you go. So just make sure that, because as you can see, if you're in a team and the other four want to really go for the thermal shirt and you're like, I'm not going to be pushing as hard as you guys. So then then just think about that. Just really think about, who you're going to the team with, why you want to do it. The next thing I want to talk about is Summit. So how many of you are already registered for Summit? Can I raise your hand? Excellent, guys. So Summit is in Indianapolis, is July 11th through the 14th, and you still have an opportunity to register at a discounted price of $140 before the end of the month. It is going to be amazing, guys, and Summit is an amazing experience for you to meet all of us. There's at least 20 to 25 of us from the team there. A lot of times you're going to be rooming with some of the girls, depending on who you're coming with. So there's going to be trainings, there's going to be a party, there's going to be dinners within our team. What we did last year is we had team dinners, just a lot of opportunity to connect and meet the people that you see kind of on these Zoom calls and you talk to all the time on Messenger. So Summit, think about it, really commit to going. It's an amazing experience. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the Success Club trip in 2020. So some of us are going to, Chelsea's excited. We are going, right now, for example, this year it is the cruise. And so many of us, there's about 5 or 6 of us, I want to say, that are going on the cruise. And what's awesome, guys, is that it's a trip that you can earn and pay for with your Success Club points, okay? So for every point you get throughout the year, it's going towards, it's a certain monetary amount, and it's going towards the trip, okay? So next year it's going to be in the Dominican Republic, and when you qualify, in order to qualify, what they'll do is you have to register. It's a $300 deposit. And the way that you register is you'll get an invitation by Beachbody. And the way Beachbody is releasing the invitations is that the first ones who get to register are the elite coaches and the all-stars, the Success Club all-stars. And so they'll be able to register. And then they're going to go to whoever has the most Success Club points in the company. And then they're going to start sending out the invites. So don't feel like, hey, I'm a new coach. I'm not going to get an invite. Don't even think that. Because I know people who went around the wait list, twice, let's say. And it's because, again, depending on people's schedules. And so it's going to be next year. When is it, Chelsea? It's in April, right? Is it in March? It's in March. It's in March of next year. And there was something else I wanted to say. Oh, when you qualify, it qualifies for you plus one other person. So, if you want to bring a guest, if you want to bring your husband, your spouse, you're a parent, if you want to bring, so just know that. So it'll qualify for you plus someone else. So that's pretty awesome. All right. So with that being said, and I think that was all that I had to say regarding that. And I think, perfect. Okay. And then at the end, if I have time, I want to just go over the tracker, or the Beachbody tracker, just so that you guys are familiar with that. All right. So guys, I am super excited to talk to you guys about just kind of overall, just helping you think about success and mindset around success. And chime in if you have anything you have to say, you want to say, and mindset around success. And with everything that I'm going to be sharing here, I don't want you to only, yes, I'm going to be sharing this with you so that you can improve your business and really think about your business. But I also want you to think about this also within your family life and within your work life, like your 9-to-5 job. And I really want you to take what I'm going to share with you and ask and really kind of let it sink in and be willing to ask yourself, and really kind of really integrate it into into these other areas of your life. So my first question to you guys is, it's the beginning of 2019. So I want to see how many of you, raising your hand, already has a vision board already created. Raise your hand. So, okay, I'm seeing a lot of this. I'm seeing, kind of everyone looking to the side, like, no, I don't have a vision. Okay. So what I will tell you guys is that someone without a vision, it's like, imagine if you get into a car and you don't know where you're going, right? You go into a car, or you go into a cab, and he's like, where do you want to go? And you're like, I don't know. where do you, I don't know where I want to go. You need to, you need to give direction. You need to have a vision. And that is what creating a vision board and writing down your goals are. So number one assignment out of this is I want you guys to really sit down, write your goals down, and really create that vision board. What we do and what other people do is that they'll typically take some magazines and they'll go through and they'll cut out some pictures. They'll put it on a little, buy a little at Michael's or Target, buy a little white poster board and just, kind of stick them on there. But I'm telling you guys, the more specific you are about what you want in your life, the more that you really start to visualize what you want, you're going to start attracting that. You're going to start working towards that. So it's incredibly, incredibly important that you think about what is your vision. And then my second question is going to be, where is your focus? And this is important, guys, because every single one of you, you're on this call clearly, because you want to build a business, because you want more in your life, because you want to create more financial flexibility in your life, because you want to help people get healthy, because you want to get healthy, you want to get in shape. Maybe you want to lose a certain amount of weight and you want to feel better. You want to have more energy. And so all of these things, these are all goals, and it's going to take a certain amount of focus. And so what I want you to do, especially for not necessarily my new coaches, but those of you who have been with us for 6 months, for a year, for more than a year, I want you to reflect right now and think as I'm going through this and reflect on where has your focus been. And be honest with yourself, right? Because what I'm going to share with you here and kind of the points I'm going to share with you, I had to look within myself and I had to be honest with myself. And it was a big reality check for me, okay? And so I know if it was a big reality check for me and for Luke, for all of us, it's going to be a huge, I want you to really think about that. And it's about being honest, right? Because if you have big goals, it's great. And I have big goals, but if you can't, if you have these goals, but you're not putting in the focus, you don't have that vision, and you're not taking consistent action, then all it really is like a wish, right? All it really is a wish because you're not taking any actions. And so the other thing I want to ask you is, are you coachable? Have you been coachable within this business? At the end of the day, there are certain key things that need to be done on a daily basis, on a weekly basis being the team calls or just getting in on any type of weekly activity that we may have for you guys, whether it's power hours, which is something we hope to, we're going to implement into this year, power hours or sneak peeks, but especially the team calls, guys, because you're going to come out of here motivated. You're going to come out of here motivated and you're going to come out of here like, damn, I need to get to work. I need to do something. Okay. And so asking yourself, are you coachable? Are you listening to what your personally sponsored coach or myself, Chelsea, Jacqueline, Ariel, all the leaders, Carla, all the leaders on this team are telling you to do when it comes to the amount of work, the amount of follow-ups, the amount of invites that need to go out in order to truly build this business? Again, this message is for those who want to truly build this business. We're also here to support you. If you want to be a discount coach and a hobby coach, that is great. And we genuinely support you. We really do. So this message is really for the business builders who really want to make $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, who want to make $60,000 a year, $70,000 a year. This is what that message is for you. And so I want to ask you, what is financial flexibility worth to you? What is the time that you're willing to give to this business to not only work the business, but then also develop the skill set, right? Because at the end of the day, guys, this business, it takes developing certain skills. It's whether it's developing the skill set of, of just kind of how your social media looks, right? That's usually one of the biggest kind of learning curves for newer coaches, or when coaches are truly about to get serious. I tell them, look, to go to their social media, look at your social media, how do the photos in your feed look? And so really, asking yourself, are you willing to put in the effort? Are you willing to develop that skill set? And are you willing to put in the time, right? Because it's consistent effort over time. And I want to ask you, what does financial flexibility worth? What is it worth to you? And at the end of the day, with what I'm about to say, I want you to really weigh your bank account. I get this from Danny Johnson. We just came from Danny Johnson. So this is this kind of talk comes from Danny Johnson. So we heard this weekend, and I was like, we need to bring this to the team, and it's to weigh your bank account with your ego. And that's something I had to do sitting in that audience and be willing to listen to what she has to say and to be honest, right? So weighing your ego with your bank account and saying, okay, I need to listen to what these people are saying. I need to listen to what Stephanie is saying because I want to improve my bank account. I want to get better. I want to grow my business. And so what I want to share with you guys is that a business doesn't make you successful. It doesn't. You make yourself successful. At the end of the day, I've been growing this business since 2013. And what I've realized, it doesn't matter. I could put I can tell you exactly what to do from beginning to end, put all the skill sets, put all the acts, put all the scripts, put everything in front of you. But if you don't work the business and if you don't take the consistent actions with what I give you, you're not going to be successful. And so a business is not going to make you successful. At the end of the day, it's going to be you. And so I want to ask you, I want you to direct your focus going into this year. Make this year, maybe it's going to be your word of the year. Some people like to have a word of the year. Maybe it's going to be focus. Direct your focus on what you want. And I want you to write down, what is it that you want from this business, in your life, in your family life, at work? What is it that you want? And direct your focus there. Don't direct your focus to the distractions. Don't direct your focus to gossips. Don't direct your focus to television and to, social media. Where you have to direct your focus on what you want. Prioritize and really figure out what is it that you want. So this is where I was like, leave your ego alone, all right? Because I want to ask you, are you being a spoiled, uncommitted, entitled, victimized person in your life, in your business, in your family life, at work? And I'm going to take you right now through some criteria. And I want you to ask yourself, and again, be honest with yourself, because I was honest with me, and I will tell you it wasn't pretty, okay? And I had to be honest with myself, and I had to just really say, okay, I need to look within. At the end of the day, you have to look within yourself the most when it comes to having success in your life. So are you being a spoiled, uncommitted, entitled, victimized person? I said person. I was at the event, she called us a brat. So I will say that. She was just like, are you guys being brats? So those who have gone to a Danny Johnson know. So she went in on us. And so I will just say that. So number one is you are being a victimized, entitled person if you are unmotivated. If you're sitting in your life right now and you're saying, I'm not motivated, you're unmotivated. And what you have to think about is looking at the different areas of your life. And these are the different areas of our lives, guys. You have a spiritual life. Some of you have a marriage or a relationship. Some of you have children. You have a work life. You have your business. You have a physical body. You have fun. There's actually a fun and adventure part of you. How many of you guys, there's a fun and adventure part inside of every single one of us. There's that playful part inside of every single one of us. But yet, because we're not focused on that, that's not coming out. You have a part of you that's a charity part, that wants to give. It's inside of every single one of us that wants to give to others. And then there's a part that's a legacy about what are you leaving behind, right? Because right now, guys, if you don't create a legacy, you're going to be transferring the legacy of what you were brought up in, and so some of you don't like how you were brought up. Some of you had really bad childhoods, right? Some of you had hard childhoods. And some of you had hard, this past generations. Think about that. If you don't do something to create a different legacy, if you don't do something to make something different, all you're doing is transferring that same energy onto your future generation. And that's why when I said I want you to think about this in all of your life, it's because of that. So asking yourself, where are you unmotivated? Because where you are unmotivated, those are the areas that you neglect. And what happens when you neglect things? That's my question to you, right? What happens when you neglect things? That's when things start to die, right? Because what you feed what you feed will flourish, right? You guys have heard that idea of the, it's like what you feed will flourish and what you neglect will die. This is what happens, this is what happens in marriages. People get divorced. This is what happens in child rearing. It's like your children, are not, they're arguing with you. In your business, when you neglect your business, it's not going to flourish, right? When you neglect your spiritual life, it's not going to flourish. And so just thinking about what areas in your life are you unmotivated in, because those are the areas that you're neglecting. And those are the areas that need a little bit more focus if that's something that you want to pursue, if that's something that you want to grow. So really asking yourself, have you been feeding your business? Have you been consistently, right? If you look at your business like an animal that you really, that you love, or a child that you love, you need to feed it every single day, right? What happens if you don't feed and water your plant? What happens if you don't feed and water your child every single day? They're going to get cranky, and then they're going to starve, and then they're going to die. And then you're going to come back a couple days later, and you're like, oh my God, my poor plant. And it's like, what? And it's the same thing with business, right? It's like you come back a week later, 2 weeks later, months later, and then you're saying that the business doesn't work. No, you did not work the business. It's not that the business can't be successful for you. You did not work the business. So really asking yourself, have you been feeding your business or have you been neglecting it? Okay? Are you expecting external things to motivate you, right? Because at the end of the day, guys, I can sit here and I can motivate you for this hour, but what's going to happen is you're going to shut this off and then you're going to go back to the rest of your life. And that motivation has to come from within. That motivation that's going to get you up at 4:30, like gets Chelsea up at 4:30 in the morning, it comes from within. That motivation, that drive comes from within. But a lot of you are waiting for external things to motivate you, to get up and work. If you're waiting for us to do a power hour with you to do your work, that's not going to help you become successful in this business, okay? So really asking yourself, have you been expecting external things to motivate you, to feed you exactly what you need to do, to really have you do the consistent things every single day? Number 2 of a spoiled person and, victimized is that you quit easily. It's a person who quits easily. That when things get hard at the first opposition, you're done. You get that first rejection. Oh my God. You put up a post and you have 2 likes. Oh my goodness, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. It's I can't do this. It's not going to work. So when things get hard at the first opposition, you're done. And at the end of and then when you quit easily, you're more committed to your excuses than your outcomes. Because I'm sure you guys can tell me a lot of excuses. But Stephanie, but what about this? But what about that? But what about this? And I'm too busy for this. And I'm too busy for that. And I don't have time. There's a lot of excuses. A lot of excuses. And that's where your commitment has been. And that's the honest truth, guys, in every area of your life. You're more committed to your excuses than your outcomes. So asking yourself, is this you? Right? Because when I'm saying you, it's just because of I'm just kind of speaking to you guys collectively, but really asking yourself, has this been you? And being honest, that honest reflection. You whine. Number 3, you're someone who whines and complains a lot. Only you can know that. If you're someone that you're sitting there and you're whining and complaining at work, you're someone because at the end of the day, guys, you're committed to whatever you are complaining about. That's your commitment. That's where your focus is. Oh, this so-and-so doesn't do this. They're not taking out the dishes. I hate this. I can't believe that this is happening. I can't believe that. You're constantly whining and complaining. And that is where your focus is. And so asking about this, even in like your day job, right? I know many people complain about their job or they complain about things at home. And so asking yourself, are you someone who whines and complains a lot? Because that's what you're committed to. Again, I'm asking you all of these questions to really see where has your focus been. Number 4 is that you're more committed to excuses and fears than anything else. And that's an honest fact for a lot of you, is that there's a lot of you who have a lot of fears, you have a lot of excuses, and trust me, I understand. And what I've realized is that you have to push through. You have to have faith, right? This is where faith comes in. This is where self-belief comes in your ability to have success. I believe in every single one of you on this call. I believe that you can achieve the goals that you desire, that you can have success in this business, you can have success at, in your day job, you can have success in your personal and romantic relationships. I believe that. I genuinely do. But you have to remove the excuses. You have to get rid of the fears and get committed to action, to taking that daily action, especially in your business and even in other areas of your life, taking those small, consistent action steps towards the goal that it is that you want. Number 5, earlier it was you quit too easily, and this is for someone that gives up easily after some amount of effort. So it's like, okay, I did this for 2 months. 2 months, and I was like, I put it full force. I was working, 2 hours a day, Stephanie. I was working. I didn't have any social media. I didn't have any social media. I had a little bit of people, and I've been growing. Nothing. I haven't sold anything. Nothing's happened. So this can't work. You have to understand, guys, that when it comes to building a business, it takes time. It takes time. It took me 6 months of consistently showing up to my social media to find my first coach. It took me, just being those consistent actions. Again, this is where having faith, having belief matters. Because if all you're telling yourself is that this isn't going to work, I can't do this, at the end of the day, you are right. I can't argue with you. You're literally calling that into your existence. So are you someone who you give up easily after an effort, a little push, a little, you're going to go after it? And that's 2 months or 2 weeks for some people. It takes effort. I'm telling you, it takes effort. Number 6 is that you won't follow directions and that you're unteachable. Again, this goes back to being, the idea, guys, that we give you so much in the training. We give you our scripts. We tell you what we're doing. I know Chelsea has pods. She's sharing with you guys what she's doing. We share within the team page what we're doing. And it's following those directions. As mundane as some of those activities are, yes, some of them are not as exciting. They're it's very boring sometimes, just sending the follow-ups and sending the messages. But following directions and being willing to be teachable. That was something for me. I came into this business. All I had studied was medicine. I never knew how to build a business. I didn't know social media. You guys would see my first posts. They were so grainy. And in these dark photos, and I had Shakeology and Insanity and all these I was doing everything wrong. But at least, guys, I was making an effort. And I realized that this was not something that I had ever done, and I needed to learn. So what did I do? I started learning. I went on YouTube, so much on YouTube. I followed accounts that I really liked in terms of how they looked, in terms of their photography, in terms of what they looked like. I used my phone, and I did the best with what I had. At the time I had a phone, at the first opportunity, I was able to upgrade my phone because the phone matters. Your phone matters in this business. You can't have an old phone. Those of you who have an older phone, it's hard to have an older phone and take a good quality photo. That's why you need a good quality, updated phone. And so that's important. But being willing to be a student, being willing to say, okay, how do I edit my photos? What is this thing about filtering? How do I improve my people skills, right? Because this business is about building relationships. This business is about taking time. You have to genuinely care about people in this business. You can't just send messages out, coldly and just expect people to just hand over their credit card to you and make a sale. Because people are going to smell that. They're going to see that from a mile away. And that's why we teach you to build relationships. That's why it takes time of that consistent effort. And that's why I want you guys to understand that. So asking yourself, are you being willing to be a student in the skills that you need to develop? Because yes, it takes time. It takes time to develop the skills. Number 7 is that you are easily distracted and bored. So if you're someone, you're easily distracted and bored. It's like you start one thing and the next thing you know, you're getting distracted very easily. You're on social media, you're watching a Netflix movie, you say you're bored. If you're bored, that tells me you're not motivated. That tells me you're not working. Because I don't know, there's always something for me to do. Would you agree, Chelsea? Like there's always something to do. You actually have to, in a sense, when you're building the business, you almost have to like assign a time to like relax. If you're truly building this and like plan it in and say, okay, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to spend some time with, I think Chelsea does that. She actually, in her calendar, she has that. She has documented, you know, again, because Chelsea's like very organized and I admire that about her. It's a skill set that she has. Again, organization is a skill set, guys. It's a skill set that can be developed. But she has it scheduled there, time, you know, with her boyfriend. She has it there. And that's it. That's someone she's showing us right now. You can see relax with, you know, with her boyfriend and then sleep. So she has it scheduled in. It's incredibly important, guys, because if you don't plan your time's gonna go. And I am guilty of this. So look, this is like me talking to myself because I am immensely guilty of this. So know that I have struggled. This has been an area of struggle for me. So if I've been able to do this at the fly of my pants, in over 5 years, it's a skill set, but if I've been able to do this in the fly of my pants, working as much as I did when I first started, 70, 80 hours a week, just doing the basic bare minimum, doing the basics every day, no matter what, showing up, you can do it too. You don't have to. There's also that person who's like, until I get everything organized, I can't take action. No, you can't be that way either. You can't have that analysis paralysis type of mindset, where you're analyzing everything and you want to learn everything about the business. I will tell you, you don't need to learn everything about the business right now. If you're getting started, you don't need to learn everything. You need to learn how to have a conversation with someone and get that first sale and make that first connection and help that first person. That's your focus. And showing up on social media. You don't need to learn about the legs and the volume, all of that. Why are you going to psych yourself out? Right? Why are you going to stress yourself out trying to understand something? When you're there, your coach will make sure you understand. When you're ready to place legs, when you're ready to learn that information, your coach will teach you. But focus on where you are, right, guys? Because there's a step-forward process of how you need to grow this business and what you need to learn. Number 8 is you're never satisfied with the results they get, the love, their own accomplishments, and they don't practice recognition upon themselves. So if you're someone that you're never satisfied, then you're spoiled. If you're never satisfied in your life with the love you're getting, with the accolades, with the money, with everything, you're just always never satisfied. And I'm guilty of this sometimes myself, guys. This is an honest, for me to look at myself, and if you don't practice recognition, how many of you celebrate your successes, or are you waiting until you get this huge kind of big, this huge reward in order to celebrate? Every single day, make it upon yourself to celebrate something good that you did that day. That's a good skill set, honestly, to learn to celebrate yourself, because when you can celebrate yourself, you can celebrate others, but it's going to help you to feel good. It's going to help you to feel like you've accomplished something. It's the same idea behind being, having a gratitude practice every single day. The most successful people, multimillionaires, billionaires, the most successful people when it comes to money, as well as when it comes to just having overall joy in their life and peace in their life, guys, they practice gratitude every single day. They understand what they're great. They recognize their blessings. They don't take for granted that they're on this earth today. They don't take for granted their health. They don't take for granted the house that they live in, the clean water that we have, the amount of food that we have. They don't take that for granted. There's so much for you to be proud of in your life. And again, I had to really look at myself with this, guys. So asking yourself, are you proud of what you've accomplished thus far? Because many of you have accomplished amazing things. You have amazing accomplishments within this community. And you have accomplished great things. So really asking yourself, because I'm telling you guys, all of this right here that I'm teaching you, if you don't honestly evaluate yourself and learn, and really think about and try to improve in these different little categories, you're going to see it's going to carry on. Even when you make more money, it's just going to get bigger in a different way, in an uglier way. So learn, really evaluate yourself now and start aligning yourself with the values and the mindset so that you can really have strong foundational success in your business and in your life. Number 9, procrastination. Oh man, guys, this is I'm guilty of this one as well. Where are my procrastinators at? Where am I I was that person, I was that procrastinator. Yep, there you go. Here are my hands. I can't see everybody. It's like I was that person in college, guys, who the night before the night before the paper was due, was when I all of a sudden got the motivation to sit in the library all night and pull an all-nighter. Because even though I had weeks to prepare, that it's how I've been. I try not to tell myself that's how I am, because what you say upon yourself is. So be very mindful of your words. But procrastination. So procrastination, because, you know, fear is the root of procrastination. So the best advice I can tell you is to take action. Really work and be intentional about trying your best to stick to a plan, to write out a list, to try to get ahead of things and not do things last minute. It'll help your stress level, right? To really develop that skill, because that's going to be important in order for you to have success in your life, in your business. You cannot procrastinate. Number 10, lazy on what should be done, but goes crazy on what doesn't need to be done. All right, guys, you guys know what this is. This is like when you know you need to, like, you know you need to get on a team call, or you know you need to, like, do this thing for your husband or your kids, or you know you need to write this paper, and then all of a sudden you start cleaning the bathroom and you start organizing your closet and you start doing all of these things that have nothing to do with what you said you needed to do. Some of you are laughing and smiling because you know this is you. It was me too. I'm like, I started laughing when she said this. It's like, you know, you're just keeping busy. You know, all of a sudden you have that desire to clean out your closet, man. You're like, ooh, that's like me. It's like all of a sudden I pull out my clothes and I'm like, ooh, I should start folding these clothes all of a sudden. I should start folding them and just like, and even though I have a huge list of things that need to get done that are on my priority list, I'm lazy on what should be done. And I recognize this about myself, guys. I recognize this about myself. And it's about really just being honest and having grace. As you guys are going through this, having grace for yourself, right? Having forgiveness, having compassion, because at the end of the day, we're all human, but now you're being made aware, okay? That's the key. That's the first thing, is that kind of that recognition and that awareness. So lazy on what should be done, but goes crazy on what doesn't need to be done. Number 11, cannot see the opportunities around because they're mad or they're complaining or they have unrealistic expectations, guys. Okay? There's so many opportunities around you. There are so many people. We learned today that every person knows 2,000 people. That means all of us, how many are on this? So how many are on this call? I can't see the total number. But just take this, take this amount of people that are on this call and you multiply it by 2,000, and that is the amount of people that we know collectively. We know a lot of people. There's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of people to help with this business. Do not have the mindset that the market is saturated. Do not have the mindset that you can't have success, that there's no one out there who doesn't need to get healthy, because there are so many. Our country is filled with people who need to get healthy, for people who want community, who want what we have to offer in this team. Because this team doesn't just offer a workout program and a shake. This team offers hope. This team offers community. This team offers friendship and support and accountability and encouragement and acceptance and no judgment. That is what this team really truly stands for. And that is what a lot of people need and they're craving right now. So really asking yourself, are you seeing the opportunities in this business, in your family life, in your marriage, in your work? Are you seeing the opportunities, or are you just so busy being, feeling frustrated, right? And being mad and complaining and having these unrealistic expectations. And when it comes to the business, it's really important. And every single one of you should reach out to your personally sponsored coach and let them know what your expectations are about this business. I always say, how much do you think you should be making, in what time period? So if you're like, okay, Stephanie, in the next 3, and I think I did this with one of my girls on here, on one of our calls recently. She says she gave me a goal and I was like, I think that's too much of a push. And so we adjusted it in a way that was realistic, and she felt good about it. And I was able to feel good about what I was telling her, because if she, if you tell me you want to make $1,000 in the first 2 months, I'm going to say that's a little unrealistic. You have to give yourself some time if you want to make that type of money consistently. So asking yourself what your expectations are, reaching out to your coach, letting her adjust it for you in a way. She's going to let you push because we want you to push. We need big goals. We just don't want you thinking that you're going to because that's what happens. That's why people quit. That's why people get frustrated. They get disappointed. Disappointment comes from when your expectations don't match up with your reality, right? And it's also when you have to be honest, right? Honest with yourself about what you're doing. So even if you have these expectations and they can be made, then there's that other layer of saying, okay, am I really doing the work that needs to be done? That's an honesty, a self-reflective process for you. Number 12, inconsistent results are caused by distractions. If you're someone that gets inconsistent results and you're someone that you're constantly getting distracted, if you're constantly going for the next thing, if you're constantly, this goes for people who have too many projects, for example. You're always saying yes. You're always getting distracted by more things. So, right, sometimes you have to learn to say no. Sometimes you have to follow one thing through, right? It may mean that maybe if you truly want to build this business right now, that has to be your focus right now. That has to be your focus. And maybe it's letting go of some other things right now so that you can sacrifice, so that you can build this. Doesn't mean you can't say yes to those things a year from now once you have a more settled kind of foundation in this business, or 2 years from now. But just being mindful, guys, of what type of projects, family, just overall projects, even in your work, right? You guys can take some of these ideas to your job and asking, are you saying yes too much? Are you putting too much on your plate? Because when you put too much on your plate, it's going to be difficult. You're not, it's going to be difficult for anyone. And so just really being honest, again, you can't take it all on all the time. And just having grace for yourself and having the courage to say no when you can for things that are not aligning with your priorities right now. All of you have a certain priority list. All of you know what you want to achieve. When people are asking you to do things, when people are asking you to take things on, asking yourself, does this align with what I'm trying to achieve in the next 3 months? Does this align with what I'm trying to achieve in the next 6 months? If it doesn't, say no. Say no for this season. We go through seasons of life. Say no for this season. And then number 13 are people who gossip. I like this one. I threw this one in. I know you guys don't gossip because no one would gossip here because it would not work. But gossip it can work in the workplace. I left this in here because I think it's important in the workplace, in our families, right? I think this is really important in family life, in our friends. And I think it's really important because what we learned was that those who gossip are committed to judgment, right? They're committed to being judgmental. They're committed to self-righteousness. There's a mishap there, but they're committed to self-righteousness, and they're committed to division. That really hit home. I'm not someone that gossips, but I was like, wow, that's a hard truth. It's like when you're someone that you're lending an ear to the gossip, you're being committed to division. And when it comes to you and your job and in this, it lowers your value in the marketplace. It lowers your value at work. And so really asking yourself, are you someone, some of you are like, no, I don't gossip. I hope that's most of you. But some of you may say, you have to look at yourself a little bit. And that's fine. Again, it's about self-awareness. Because I'm really committed, guys. When I joined this business, yes, I wanted, I was like, yeah, it's great. Let's work on, our exercise and let's work on health. But I'm really committed to really helping you guys have more abundant lives, having more joy in your lives, having more peace in your life, having more, just having these things in your lives, along with the financial success, along with the physical success. And in order to achieve all of that, you have to do this self-reflection work. It's imperative. It's imperative. Those who have been in this business for a long time know how much this has changed their life, how it has changed their mindset, and how that has trickled into every area of their life. The person I am now, the person Luca is now, we're not the same people that we were 6 years ago when we first got, when we almost first got started. I'm sure other people can say the same, that they're not exactly the same person. So just asking yourself, that's why I left this here. I threw this in here because I was like, maybe there's someone in the team that gossips. Maybe they're feeding into that gossip in their family, at work, etc. And I want to urge you and really help you to think about, should I stop this? Is this really what I want to stand for? Is this really what I want to be paying attention to, right? And focusing on in my life. So how many of you could relate to those? Could you relate to some of them? Yeah, right? Could you relate to some of them? I know I could. I know I was very much, for me, I could definitely relate to some of them. And that's you know, that's what it's about, guys. It's about being open and willing. And I want to honor you guys in being open and willing to hear these things, because it's not easy to hear these things. It's not easy to, you know, take some of these statements and reflect it on your own heart and reflect it on yourself. So I just want to say, I want to honor you, and I want to, you know, I want you to know it's very courageous of you to be willing to do that, because a lot of people are not willing to be that self-reflective. So definitely, that's something to, you know, to celebrate in a sense. So how many of you could, so how many of those could you relate to? That's my question. It's my own for you. You don't have to say it publicly, and then asking, you know, moving forward with all of this, knowing where is your focus, you know, moving into 2019, now that you have some of these ideas of what it means to be uncommitted and spoiled, and really asking yourself and being in that self-reflective, what are you open and committed now to focusing on in your life, in those different areas of your life, to really enhancing your business and your overall life, right? Because that's the question. What are you willing to focus on? Because some of you are so focused on yourself that you can't see the opportunity. You can't see the potential that's in this business, that's within this community. There are some people in this community that are going to go far. I know they're going to go far. I know Beachbody is just a stepping stone for them, as it should, you know, and because what I also teach for you guys overall is that you should have multiple sources of income. You should have many. Never put all eggs in one basket. That's how most people are living, is that they have all their eggs in one basket, which is their 9-to-5 job. And then they're stressed out about money. You know, it's changing that mindset, and it's going to take work and effort. It's changing that mindset so that you can have more flexibility. And so asking yourself, are you seeing the opportunity? Are you seeing the potential? Are you seeing the potential impact? Because I know for me, that's what drives me. I can only speak for myself. I know for me, what drives me is the fact that there are millions and millions and millions and millions of people that are depressed and anxious in our country. There are millions of people and millions upon millions that are overweight and, you know, and obese and unhealthy and on medications that they can easily come off of. And like we heard this weekend, like there are, what did she say? That there's graves, like there's just tons of people living like literally in their graves because there's unbirthed potential in millions upon millions upon millions of people in this country and around the world because of obesity, because of depression, because of anxiety. And what you guys have, what we have in terms of the products plus the heart and soul of this team has the potential to impact millions upon millions and have a ripple effect. And that's a serious, serious responsibility, guys. You guys are on this team for a reason, because I'm leading this. That's the mission of this team. You could have easily gone to someone else. The universe could have easily placed you somewhere else. But you were placed on this team that has a heart and soul that wants to really impact not just obesity, but depression and anxiety, and really bring hope and light to people, and really bring that positive community to people. Because at the end of the day, guys, what I've learned is that in order to really go through the ups and downs of this business, and those who have been in this business more than 2 years, 3 years, they'll tell you, you really have to have a why. You really have to have a reason to want to push forward, because there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be downs. There's going to be times when you're not going to work this business. You're going to be tired. There's going to be rejection after rejection, or you're going to say, wow, this is a hard month, or wow, you know, I have a lot going on in my life and my kids are driving me crazy and my husband, it's just, you know, there's going to be all these things that are going to be coming on, but there has to be something at the core that keeps you motivated that's beyond financial. That's what's going to keep you really going in this business. And whatever it is that you want to have in your life, honestly, you want to have a different business. If you say this is not for me, but you want to move on, that's fine. I'm going to support you. Whatever you guys want to do, I support you 100%. But just know that you have to really see the impact. And every single one of you, because of your uniqueness, because of who you are, there are certain people that are just specific for you to impact. I believe that. I believe that there are a certain group of people that you're going to impact, you're going to come across, you're going to touch their lives, and they are designated for you. But if you don't take action, they're not going to get what they could have gotten from you. And you guys are not going to grow together because you're not taking action, or you're giving into your limiting beliefs, or you're sitting at home thinking, focusing on all the negative, or focusing on these negative thoughts in your head, or having all these fears and not just taking action, taking consistent action. So I want you to flip your excuses and your self-criticism, right? Because again, guys, everything that I'm sharing with you, trust me, this is an inner dialogue with myself as well. Flip your excuses and your self-criticism upside down. You have to get rid of your excuses. You have to believe. I think there was someone on here recently, actually, I don't know if she's on this call. She might be on this call. But she was just like, I don't feel like I belong. I don't feel like I belong in this group. I had her in a group, and then but she was like, I don't feel like I belong in this group. And I said, no, you belong. You absolutely belong. Why are you saying you don't belong? You belong in this group. I'm putting you here. You belong here. I know you. You need a push. Some of you need to be around people that are running, and stop saying, I'm overwhelmed. I can't be around these people. Some of you need to be in a group of people who are running, because some of you, the inner competitiveness, the inner person in like that person who wants more, you're going to feel unsettled. You're going to be like, well, damn, like, what the hell? Like, they're doing this, they're doing, they're reaching this success. Why can't I? But some of you, when you get to that, you're just like, oh, I can't be in this group. Or I don't want to surround myself with these people that are really motivated because it's making me feel bad. Right? How many of you could really, like, I know, it's like, it's making you feel bad because you're not at that level. But remember, there's that saying, it's like, you should never be the smartest person in the room, right? You should never be the smartest person in the room. You should always, always be around a group of peers that are ahead of you, that are pushing you, because that's what's going to keep you motivated. That's what's going to keep you going. So that self-criticism, you have to reprogram that, because guys, that's a story. That negative self-talk of what you can't be, or that you're not enough, or that you don't have something to give, or that you're not worthy, or that you don't have a story, or that you don't have results, or that you're not, that you're not smart enough, creative enough, whatever it is that you're telling yourself, that's a story. It's a program. You programmed your mind over years. And so what's going to happen is you're going to need to reprogram that. You're going to have to reprogram that with constant affirmations. That's where affirmations come in. Constant, because whatever you say after the words I am smart, I am bold, I am courageous, I am intelligent, I am a light, I am love. If you're saying I am fat, I am stupid, I can't do this, I am all of these things, that's what you're literally speaking that onto yourself. And you're just continuing that programming. So make it a goal, this self-criticism, because guys, it's in all of us. It's in all of us. That self-criticism, we need to attack it. We need to attack it, and we attack it with affirmations, and we have to say it over and over and over again, because think about how long you've been saying, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy, or I'm not smart enough, I'm not, whatever it is that you're saying. How long have you been saying that, right? It's like for me, I used to say I'm not worthy, I'm not smart enough. I said that for years of over and over and over and over and over again. So trust me, a week of me saying I am enough, I am worthy, I am loved is not going to just, instantly like get rid of that. And it has to be a constant repetition. Write it down on a Post-it note, put it on your mirror, write it down on lipstick in your mirror, put it on your, like right now on if you look at my phone has an affirmation on it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it has an affirmation written on it. And it says, everything in my life is always unfolding in my favor. And so I have that every single time I open. As soon as I have this one to be this, and then my actual background in my phone is a picture of Luke and I. I don't know if you guys know you can change the two photos. I didn't know that for a while though. But yeah, you can change the two photos. And so I have an affirmation. Some people like to put a vision board on there so that you're again, what you focus on. So every single time I open it, everything in my life is always unfolding in my favor. I'm constantly saying that, seeing that, repeating that to myself. Because that's a program, that's an affirmation, that's a thought that I want to have so that I can continue to push forward. Because guys, you're going to have these periods where you're going to feel unmotivated, where you're going to give into comparison. That's a huge one. That's a huge one where let's start comparing, and your self-critic comes out ready with all the things that you're doing, that all the things of what you're not, right? When you start comparing and you start looking at other people, so if you want to set yourself up for success, this is an area that needs to be paramount for all of us to really be mindful of this. Because reflecting on 2018, asking yourself, did you let your inner self-critic get the best of you? Did you let your inner self-critic get the best of you? Only you can answer that and be honest. Okay? And you are in charge of your skill set, guys, just like you are in charge of your business. So again, there's so much to learn in this business, and we're here. And this is a solid team in terms of, I've been doing this every day for almost 6 years. I'm not going anywhere. Luke and I, we're not going anywhere. We're like super committed to this team. I know, and the other leaders in this team are committed to this team because we've bonded. We have formed a community. So we're here. And I say that we're here because we're here to really guide you. But at the end of the day, you are responsible for your success. Just like if you fail, it's not because of us. Just like when you succeed, it's not because of us. It's because of you. And for my leaders, that's a key thing when it comes to your downline and the people you're raising up and mentoring up. Their success and their failure is really not upon you. It's all of them. We're here to guide them and give them and point them in the right direction. So when people quit, don't, even though I know it's hard and you're going to go through it, and I can just assure you and tell you and just try to warn you and encourage you not to take that on and think that it's all you or that it's you. So you're in charge of your skill set, just like you're in charge of your business. And at the end of the day, guys, what I want you to understand is that every single one of you is here on this call listening to this because you're here to truly fulfill an amazing mission and a purpose that only you can fill. Only you can fill it. Just like you have this dream of wanting to build this business and wanting to impact people, it's your dream. It's not necessarily your family's dream right now. Some of you, your spouse has come on board. Your family may understand. Some other people, maybe not. You're just getting started and you're still getting, you still get those doubtful questions, or what is it that you're doing and why you're spending so much time on social media, or why are you spending so much time doing this? Again, this is your dream. You cannot expect them to really come on board in the beginning. And it takes time. For some people, it takes years. Some people, it takes months for their spouse and their family members to truly understand what they're doing. But you show them, you kill the critics with success and with results and with stories. That's how you kill the critics, the inner critic and the outer critics. But it's a purpose. So you're here for a certain specific purpose and a mission. And this opportunity can give you skill sets. Even you never know where you're going to go next. Some of you may just, you'll continue here. You'll enjoy the community. Some of you may go on to write a book, may go on to start a podcast, may go on to be a speaker, may go on to create another business. You never know what's going to be birthed in this community and in growing this business and in being around other entrepreneurs and other driven men and women. You never know. It's all part of the journey. It's all part of the path unfolding in your favor. So you're here for a reason. So I want to leave you with this. Well, some of the last things. But one thing that this to me is something I'm going to put up somewhere because it's so true for me. If you're faithful with the little, you will be trusted with much more. If you're faithful with the little, you will be trusted with much more. Right? And it's asking yourself, so what have you been faithful with? Are you faithful with the 2 customers, the 5 customers, the 10 customers? Are you faithful? What have you been faithful with? Have you been doing your due diligence with the little that you may have? Because if you can't track, right, when it comes to tracking, if you can't track 5 customers, 5 follow-ups a day, if you can't track that, how in the world are you going to track 40 follow-ups, 40 follow-ups a day? 50 follow-ups a day when you're building. This is in the future when you're building and so again, are you being faithful with the little? Because when you're faithful with the little, that's when you're going to get much more. It's that same idea of, I believe that success will come when you're ready for it. Your customers are going to come when you're ready for it. It's that same principle. So again, I'm ending this call with, what's your vision? Many of you didn't have a vision, right? Or had not had a vision board yet. So that has to be the first focus. It's like, what's your vision? What are your goals? It's easy to make a vision board, guys. It's easy. You go, you can do it with your kids. Do it with your spouse. What a great skill set. What a great thing to do every beginning of the year with your kids, to teach them that. To teach them, hey, what is it that you want to work towards and grow to? Arts and craft with your kids, with your family, with your, whoever it is in your life, and have that with them. And what will you focus on moving forward? Moving forward from this call. Again, from this call, what is it going to be your focus? What are you going to focus on? And lastly, what legacy, and I'm saying this at the beginning of the year, and what legacy are you going to create? Because you have to understand, some of you may damn, I didn't know this was going to be this serious and this deep coming into this call. I didn't think she was going to talk about all this stuff. But truly, guys, I take this business very seriously. Luke and I, we take this business very seriously. This is Luke's main, coming in. He was able to retire from work. This is how we contribute to this household. How this income that's how we're able to keep him home, bring him home so that he doesn't have to go home. So we take this very seriously. And there are people who take this business very seriously, and they're making six figures, $250,000, $300,000 a year. Why can't that be you? Why can't you create that legacy for yourself? Why? And even if you don't want to leave your job, because I don't plan on leaving my job, I have other things I want to do, other endeavors. Why can't you create that financial flexibility in your life to be able to say, okay, I want to build this so that I can work less? Because I still love teaching. I still love all these other things that I do. I want to work, but I want to work less. I want to be able to pick and choose, or I want to be able to go part-time, or maybe I just want to volunteer. And so asking yourself, what legacy are you going to create? Because I guarantee you guys, if you give us a year, at least a year of doing these behaviors every single day, with the personal development being not number one, but personal development being high, and the invites and the improving of your skill set, your life will be very different a year from now. And that difference in your physical state, in your emotional state, in your mindset is going to impact every area of your life. And that's part of your legacy. The changes you make in your mind and in your emotional state and in your emotional maturity, that's going to be with you forever once you make those changes, once you have that growth. And that's a legacy that you're going to be able to put, really transfer onto your children and your future children, for those of us who don't have children. And I create that vision for you guys. I cast that vision for you because that's the vision we have. When we think about this business, when we think about the events that we go to, we were at this event and we're like, oh my goodness, this is going to be great when we have kids. We're going to bring our kids to this event. We're going to have them starting early about learning about, just about business and the mindset, and learning how to talk to people and learning how to communicate better, because that's what we need. We need more leaders in this world. We need better people who are treating people the right way. So genuinely, I want you to, this is very serious, because I want you guys to have success. But the success comes first, you have to make that decision. It's a decision, and then it's the focus and the daily action and the being willing to fail forward. And that's what's going to help you have success in your business. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. Let's see, real quick. I just wanted to show you guys, and I'll take questions in a second. I just wanted to show you guys the tracker. If you guys have not seen it, the tracker for the business, the Beachbody On Demand site, is really awesome, because I love it because it actually has some designated time periods, and we'll put this in the team page in case some of you guys don't have it. But it tells you, what you should be doing and how long you should be contributing to that activity. So obviously you can see if you're going to do your work in power hours, your workout does not count in your power hour. Your personal development does not count in your power hour. And actually, I was actually talking to some people, and they even say checking into your group shouldn't really count in your power hour. Like, that should really take 5 minutes. It shouldn't take where you're getting lost in your group. And that the majority of your power hour should be in those conversations. It should be in those invitations. That is what that hour is. It's not, so, and you can see here the follow-up part, which is the meat, and this is the bread and butter of our business. This is the bread and butter of being able to grow. So, and it's an hour and 40 minutes, and it has allotted here, initiate connections and add followers. So 20 minutes. And maybe you guys have a goal. Maybe it's going to be 5. And the way that this works is you can either put a check mark, for example, of that you completed it, or one thing you can do is maybe put the number of people that you did that day. So if you initiated conversations with 5 people today, you would put 5, in that box. So again, and the more people that you start initiating those conversations, the more people that, this business is, it's part that conversation initiation. And then it's the second big aspect of our business is growing our social media, growing our influence, growing our impact, because that's where you're going to get the more eyes. And so it's a 2-step process when it comes to growing, like the meat and butter of this business. There's a skill set to growing your social media. That's in your branding. That's in the filtering. That's in learning. And it's not hard, guys. It just takes a little bit of time and effort to just put in that effort to learn it. Once you learn it, you're good. It's like, and then the rest is always going to be around this invitation process, the inviting, the initial conversations, the follow-ups. So super, super, super important, guys. So this is here as a tool for you guys, and you can see 30 minutes to get people results, contributing to your challenge group, and doing your personal development. And I would just urge you guys, again, and the other thing I will say, and I'm going to end this here, or not end it, but let me see. Where's my?
Hey, Stephanie, can I interrupt you real fast?
Yep.
I didn't know if you could see me. So I printed off a couple copies, and I just want to tell you guys, if you might already know this, but if you go to Staples, I was doing the To Be Mindset certification, and for under $6, it was like $5.40 or something. I got a clear cover and a backing, and they put this nice binding on it. So I'm going to do that this week for these. Guys, oh my gosh, they're so loud. Anyway, just something you can do to stay more organized, because I need all the organizational help.
Yeah, awesome. So definitely printing them out, and I'll see these chats, printing them out, and so that you guys can have it. So any questions at the moment? I had a thought and I kind of just forgot for a second. But let me undo this actually. Great. Any questions? Wave your hand. Any questions about what was said here, or anything related to the business? Again, anything at all. And always, guys, questions are always welcome. And questions within our team page. That's a place to ask questions. And what I will say, guys, is that these team calls are really valuable. Towards the end of the year, we were getting maybe 3 people on a call. So that standard has to improve. And that has to just come from your commitment to coming in and being a part of the community. That's what I wanted to say. Bonding, connecting with people. Do not try to do this alone. My loners out there, it's like you guys go and disappear. And I'm just like, where are you guys? Do not do this alone, because it's not meant to be done alone. It's not meant to be done alone. It's meant to be done as a team. It's meant for you to build relationships. It's meant for you to build community, you will find great friendships in this team. But just like when it comes to, you have to put in that effort. You have to put in that. If you're in a pod, if you ask to be in a pod, contribute to the energy. Don't take the energy. Does that make sense? Contribute to the energy. Don't suck it out. And don't be that person that sucks it out. Contribute. And be willing to be accountable. Be willing to show up and contribute, because then we can see if you're being accountable. And trust me, if you go MIA, we're going to be like, yo, where'd you go? We're going to ask you what happened, because you were contributing and you go MIA, and that's great accountability for you. And again, don't shy away when you're in a group and they're pushing. That is just, if you get that unsteady feeling, if you're feeling overwhelmed, that's because you should be doing more. You could be doing more. And that unsettled feeling, trust me, I know what that unsettled feeling is. I lived it for like a year. There was a part in this business, guys, where, and I still did it, and this speaks to the power, and you guys can, this speaks to the power of consistent, no matter what, consistent behavior. I will say, again, the ups and downs of business, any business, this will happen. Those of you who have had a brick and mortar business, there's ups and downs of business. And there was a period, I would say, for almost like 10 months where I was like, just really like hurt and really down in this business, and like the fire wasn't there, and I needed to work through certain things from what had happened in the business and overall just relationships, and it was just not a good period for me in this. I could have easily given up. I could have easily said, you know what, this isn't worth it. I don't, this is not worth it. I don't need, this is not worth my time. But because of the Kanoma, and even during that period when I wasn't necessarily feeling it, when I didn't want to show up all the time and my heart wasn't in it necessarily 100% of the time, it wasn't 100% in, I still did my vital behaviors no matter what. I still post. A lot of people don't even know that I went through that. I still posted. I still did the connections, and the business still continued to be stable and continue to get through that period. And it was because I didn't give up. The only way you fail is when you give up. That is the only way you fail, is when you give up. And so I didn't give up, and I continued to do personal development. That's why personal development is the goal of this business. I continue to do personal development, and I continue to say, okay, what is it? What is it about me that and there was things in me I had to change. Again, being willing to be teachable and stay a student even within yourself, not letting your ego get in the way, and being willing to really grow in that capacity is incredibly, incredibly important, guys, in order for you to truly have success. So really, really, I want you guys to make a commitment to the team. I want you guys to have big goals. I want you guys to push hard, because we're here to push with you. The leaders of this team have huge goals for this team and for what we want to create. And we want to help you create that success, because we can't do it alone. It's all of us succeeding. So we're here. We're like at the front. We're on the bus. We're like, let's go. And it's going to be who wants to go on the bus with us, because we're going to go. We're going to go. And if you want to hop on, you can hop on. If you're not, then you're going to get left behind, and so and that's going to be on your accord. You're not tapping in if you're not connecting in. So anyway, guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope this was helpful. And I hope that you got something from this. And again, guys, if you're coming out of here like, man, I had a lot of those things on that list, and like, I need to really work on my mindset. Again, I honor you for just being open to the feedback, right? It's being open to the feedback. And that's the thing we talked about a lot this weekend, was feedback. And that feedback is not an attack on us. It's not an attack. It's just simple. It's just feedback. Removing ourselves from that and being willing to be open so that we can continue to grow, and we can continue to improve, and we can continue to be better and get better so that we can live better and have more. Let's see. I'm going to go through some of these comments. You guys can kind of go off if you guys need to absolutely. Let's see. Nina dates ultimate. Let's see. I'm just going to see if there's anything on here. If I had $1 for overtime, someone asked me how to be motivated, I want to shake them and say, oh, that's Chelsea. Yeah, just do it. Just Chelsea. Sad but true. Oh yeah, that was Katie here. And Kate Morgan realistically, Kate Morgan enrolled in January of 2017 and hit number 15 in the company in 1 year. So you can dream big, but Kate stayed up all hours of the night and woke up early for months. So are you willing to commit to that? While she was teaching, by the way, which is crazy impressive, but something I'm personally not willing to do. Again, that's also a key thing, guys. It's looking at people's success. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know the amount of hours that they're putting, and just being realistic, and just being realistic. And remember, truly, 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 there is no finish line. There is no finish line. Don't put that time frame on yourself. Don't put that stress upon yourself. Truly be in this to want to grow and be better, and let that light shine from you, and let that commitment to helping others shine from you, and the success will come. If you're only tied to the money and the rank, I'm telling you, you're going to burn out. I will tell you, you will burn out. That can't be your main motivator. Yes, it's a byproduct. It's a byproduct of helping people. It cannot be the main motivator. I think I've told many people, at different points, if you chase money, money will run from you. So even, you just really have to just really your heart has to be in this, and you have to have realistic expectations of what you're willing to do. So you want to have balance, and I promote balance in this business, again, because I was burnt out. So you guys are learning from my mistakes. So that's why I promote balance for you guys. I really hone in on realistic expectations, and I want you to focus on your family and your personal life along with this business. I want it to be fun for you. And just know that that's my heart in leading you guys. And it's because that's where I made failures, and I had to grow through that and learn through that. And so Katie said, yeah, she actually told me that during the story. Oh yeah, I guess they were talking about that. You don't want to overwhelm yourself, realistic. And let's see. You can also, oh yeah, the laminate tracker. Okay, cool. And then got my 2019 goals. Awesome. Everybody's saying they're going to create their vision board. Great. Thank you. All right. I needed this.
Post it on the team page.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We should post our vision boards on our team, on the team page. We should do that. We should post the vision board.
There was a post about like all the goals.
Oh, the goals. Yeah. We should post the vision. We'll make a post and you guys can share your vision board and take a picture, or if it's on your phone and just post it underneath there. And you can see other people. I think that'll be good actually, because then you can get an idea. You can see how other people. Is there a training on that? So like the paper version is just literally cut out some paper, cut out some magazine, and just like post the pictures on a whiteboard, and that's it. When it comes to the paper version and hands and craft. When it comes to like online, you could use like a PicMonkey, like a collage. It's like using like an app that allows you to have a collage. It's just a collage of photos. Oh, that's right. Ariel did a goal setting one and she talked about it a lot. So maybe looking at that team call from I think a week ago or 2 weeks ago where she talked about that. Or you can also just Google vision boards, and there's lots of options and there's lots of programs that can help you. But I will say that most people do it on either PicMonkey, and they just create a collage. So PicMonkey, and it has to be on your computer, hun. So it has to be on your computer, PicMonkey, and you pick a collage. And then what you do is you go and you Google the images. So basically what you do, guys, a quick run, it's like you just Google if you have a goal of wanting to travel to Tahiti, or you want to travel more, you want to go to Disneyland, then you would go and you would Google that image, Disneyland or a beach, and you would go and copy that and then put it in your collage. Or or if you have certain words or certain phrases or certain quotes that you want to use for the year, you would take those, either write them on the board or write them somewhere or cut out words to make that message up. And then you will post that on. And then the key thing, guys, is once you create your vision board, this is something I didn't do last year, and I'm going to do it this year. You need to literally put it somewhere where you can see it every day, all the time. Because again, your focus. One of my really good friends, she has it on her, like I said, on her phone. So you just have to have it there and just really, and Jacqueline made hers on Canva. Yeah, a lot of people use it on Canva. Canva, I guess, what is it that you're necessarily confused about, Asia? I'm just curious. Go ahead.
Oh, I tried making one online with Canva and it just didn't look good. And I'm like Googling the pictures and trying to put them together, and it didn't look good. I was like, I don't even know if I'm doing this right.
Well, there's no way to really screw it up. I mean, it's picking the pictures, and I would say it's picking the pictures. And so, is it that you just it didn't fit? The pictures didn't fit, so it looked kind of awkward. Is that what you're saying?
That, and I was like looking for the pictures, but the pictures didn't like really match what I envisioned in my head.
So go ahead.
Off. It just felt, and then I was trying to put some pictures on top of them, trying to like make it fancy. It was just not right.
Yeah, I think maybe trying the old fashioned. I know a lot of us do the old fashioned way where we just kind of get a nice whiteboard and then we just kind of take some magazines and we just start cutting out some pictures. We try to find something that represents it. Again, it doesn't have to be the exact. You're going to know in your heart what that represents, right?
Right.
Even if you put like a ring and you're like, I want to get engaged, or like, it's like put a ring and it's like, you're going to know what it doesn't have to be the prettiest looking ring or whatever. You're going to know what it represents to you. So the whiteboard, an actual pen and, the actual hands in creating it may work, better for you so that you can, and maybe spend an afternoon doing it. And then buying like at Michael's and stuff, they have stickers with sayings on it. So you can do that as well. Or like Katie says, just picking a layout on Canva that you think is pretty, going on Pinterest maybe. Pinterest has tons of great photos to kind of, you put in the Pinterest bar what you're looking for, and you'll get a slew of photos that you can choose from. That's what Katie did. So you could try doing that as well. She's showing us on her phone. That's what she did. So going on Pinterest and trying that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Excellent. Any other questions? Awesome. All right, guys. Well, have an amazing, amazing, amazing week. Next call will be next Sunday at 7 p.m. Miss Ariel will be running that call. Some of us will be out in Destin. We're going to be in Destin at the team retreat. So we're super excited. Watch out for us and our post from that. And yes, and then look, just kind of stay involved in the team page to see if there's any new announcements. Again, like I said, of what we're going to be doing. And yes. All right, guys. Well, everyone have an amazing night. Thank you so much for your time and your attention. I'm sorry this went a little over. Normally they don't go 30 minutes over. But I just wanted to, there was a lot that I wanted to say in that presentation. So, all right, guys. Bye.